Welcome to Bear Mountain. Today we're back in the tunnel. It's kind of a blustery fall day outside, so we're working on going back and looking at the area we just occultated. Now we're going to be applying some of this rotted hay straw compost. And the idea here is that we don't want to put a whole lot on the ground. Kind of our whole theory on compost is that it's not a deep mulch system, but we only are going to be adding about maybe, somewhere between a quarter and a half inch, kind of looking at it just to get enough so that we can put a little more organic material in the top. So one of the things I'm going to do a bit of an experiment, and this is going to be a confounding thing, is I've got about 30 feet of this area of bean plants that we took out, and I want to take about 10 feet of it, and I'm going to be using just a regular like a spading fork, that has maybe tines on it that are about 12 inch. And the whole idea is it's what we're going to do is just kind of crack the soil a little bit. And I'm going to do that for about 10 feet. And then the other remaining 20 feet of the row, I'm just going to cover with the compost and then kind of keep the moisture on it just to see how it does. See if there's a difference between the two. I don't think that the step of forking it's really going to show much benefit at all. Basically the soil already has a pretty good tilth to it, and I don't notice any compaction, so I'm not really certain that that's going to be of any advantage. So the material we're using for our compost is rotted hay straw. Yeah, it's got a lot of grass seeds in it. You can already see some of them have sprouted, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. As a matter of fact, since I'm going to put it on the top of the soil, what I'm going to do is wet it down and let this stuff really start to germinate up. And then I'm just going to throw a tarp on it again for about a week or so just to nuke it. So the whole idea is we'll get the organic material. There might be some extra roots that get in the soil from the grasses in the straw, or hay, but in that case I'm not going to really worry about it because we'll have it occultated before we plant. I've got a cat who's really bothering me, so if you hear him meowing, that's Miss Peas. You see, she's our black cat. I don't know if that's good luck. Is that good luck, Peas? What do you think? Yeah, it is. It's good luck to have a black cat? Really? Okay. What I have here is we have a number of funguses that are already growing in the area. And so there's quite a bit of hyphae in the soil itself. So that's why I'm only going to be doing about 10 feet of the extra forking just to see if it makes any difference. Because I'm thinking we've already got a pretty high level of fungal activity going on in here, and what I want to do is just kind of continue that going. So here's an example of the bean residue that is pretty much like a leaf litter now at this point. And we're just going to put basically about, it ends up being somewhere in the neighborhood of about a half inch, maybe to 3/4 of an inch. Well, we got it all covered. It's approximately about 30 feet. And we ended up being a little thicker than I thought. I thought I'd end up somewhere around a 1/4 to a half inch, and it's more like I'm probably closer to a half to an inch in some spots. And that's because this rotted grass is pretty clumpy, and even though I tried to break it up a bit, so it's going to be kind of interesting. And it's like not a uniform application, but I still think it'll work out pretty well. The last step we're going to do is we're just going to wet it down and see what happens. It's going to lay fallow here until around the 1st of January. So if this grass stuff that's in this front here with the compost starts to take off, when I get to around the middle of December, I'll probably just deal with it to make certain anything that's sprouted is kind of taken care of. So that seems to be pretty it. An easy method of taking your crop residues. We tarped it first, and then we just composted it. When we get finished by next January, this bed should be ready to plant.
As a last step, we made a batch of JADAM Microorganism Solution using leaf mold soil. Took about 3 days to make, and you can kind of see the bubbles are a little smaller this time of year. Then we also applied extra fertilizer from our JADAM liquid grass fertilizer. This fertilizer is well decomposed over a couple of years, and so it doesn't really have any odor and is full of nutrients and helps the soil. So the objective is that we're going to be applying this a couple of times to help just build the biology in the soil and give the soil, along with the compost, a little something extra as a kick. So that's part of the process that we're going to be using to get things ready for next January.
So thanks for watching today, and we'll kind of keep an eye on this just to see how it goes here. It really wasn't much work. It only took me about a half hour to go out and get the compost, kind of, break it up a bit with a manure fork and then get it spread out. It's pretty easy. It was our own grass straw that just rotted over a period of time, and it's free. So again, these things free, that's what counts these days. So take care, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.